Yeah. Okay, good.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Elks of Toronto taking on our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Go! They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll hand off to Hall. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A run here with Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Duggan to throw. Now a run here off the end, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Hall. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Again, it's Cook. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Fields, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're starting a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Fields. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll run with Hall. Try to find a lane, Instead, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When you look at this defense,
this unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it.
from down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Pull. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Pull. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Duggan.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time.
Throwing. Duggan. He'll try to do it himself.
And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Back to throw. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive lineman job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Here we go. You got what? 575? Hey, never mind. Monday. Right.
To throw is Fields.
That is caught. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
Garrett Wilson
With touchdown number 8 on the year.
and the Elks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, some strong running.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
To throw is Duggan. Open man is Tucker.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hall. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Cowboy 80. Dragon 60.
Duggan will look to throw this. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This pass reeled in by Hull.
And bulldozing his way through. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run with a USC man, Woody Marks.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. On 1st down, Hull.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Duggan now to throw.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards, the final tally.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Cole. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
And now they'll shift things around.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Zaire Franklin. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
They start the drive with Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Here we go, son. Hey, Blue 58, Blue 58, son. Sit high.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Eat you. Sit high.
A 10th carry of the game for Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. We're good. Green 19, just right.
That one caught. It's Horton. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
West right, zip. Hey, never mind. Monday. Green 19, just right.
Here's Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now it's Fields. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Hey, here we go. Go.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before break. Dugan. And his throw here is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Elks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pushing his way through.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, they can make this a three-possession game.
7 yards there and a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Duggan looking to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Dugan will swing this out to Marks. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. On fourth down, Dugan. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
They'll look to throw again.
That one caught by Tonjes.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Bryan Bresee fought in and got him down.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Got a man. That's Legette.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. From the gun on third down, Dugan from left side to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Watch the shift. Kill. 19 Tiger.
Back to throw. Dugan. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Looking to throw. Dugan. And he's got it. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Trey Tucker
From 8 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. A try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but they just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
we go, son. Up, let's go. 8, 19 instruction.
Fields now to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go. Sit high. Hey, Karen. Sit high.
Here's Fields. He'll try and do this himself. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
He finds Wilson. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Alpha.
Play action. It's Fields. Going right back to Wilson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Here we go.
Slot man moves right.
Right.
A fake there on the jet sweep as it's Fields off play action. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Press. Bunch right. Right.
Cook up the gut. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
Hurry up.
140 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A shotgun snap. Fields taking in left side. It's Wilson. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Mayday. Go.
First down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
You got what?
Back to throw. Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here we go, son.
In motion right is Wilson.
Right.
A fake on a jet sweep as they run with Cook up the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go. Right.
Now Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Cook. Touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Here we go, Shaq. Go.
They'll run on first down. Hall. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jaden Higgins.
39 yards. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Easy. You got to,
Fields. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Go.
To throw is Fields. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that, given a yard up to the 49.
Hey, 10.
From just shy of midfield.
Fields. Now Fields going to run.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Monday. Here we go. 5:51, 12 goes.
Here's Fields. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
They snap it to Fields. That is caught. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
Jump. Don't jump. Ready? Move 58. Hey, 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Go!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Try! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Here's first down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And they're down to 17 seconds now here after the spike.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Come on. Ready, right?
Duggan will look to throw this. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And they can't connect. Incomplete. That stops the clock with 3 seconds left, so probably one final play here in the second quarter, barring a penalty. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said,